Good evening. I am EP9, and this is my story time. Sorry I haven't been posting as often as I'd like to, but things have been kind of crazy here lately, and it's still not past the craziness, but expect me to be posting more regularly soon. Now it's ready for story time. I've been smoking ever since I was 18 years old, and I only did it to look cool and fit in. Smoking has this strange social hierarchy towards it, and we all see it over the movies and media that all of the cool, intelligent people do it. I guess smoking is the greatest icebreaker for human beings to talk, socialize, and it kind of brings people together. Anyone who smokes will find some comfort in finding another person who smokes as well. Now in my mid-30s, I'm already feeling the effects of smoking, and I work in a stressful office job type of environment. I have to sell insurance, and my company is really strict on hitting the targets, and I have a family now to feed. Smoking has this amazing gift to calm or de-stress the body, especially after eating a heavy meal. Smoking is the best dessert. Yes, yet I have noticed many changes over the years with the banning of smoking inside public areas, workspaces, and hiking up the prices of cigarette packets. Society has made a few changes to the laws to make it uncomfortable for smokers to smoke, in a bit of hope to stop them from smoking. I've tried to stop smoking so many times and gone to so many help groups and even tried smoking e-cigarettes. But nothing is like the real thing. I mean, in my opinion, we're all going to die anyway. So we should squeeze the best out of life as much as we can. I'm also well aware of the countless negative smoking adverts. Cigarette packet. Uh, on every cigarette packet, there is a man, woman, or child suffering with some kind of illness or disease caused by smoking, with a disgusting image of the disease or illness to put off smokers from smoking. It's a strange thing, cigarette advertisements, and what I mean by that is every other product in the world has a positive message about its products, but smoking is so powerful that not even negative advertisement can hold smokers off. The packets are now made to look unattractive, dull, boring. I never really cared for the way cigarettes were advertised, so many people have told me to stop, but I just can't. About 3 months ago, I bought a cigarette packet, and I never really cared for the gruesome images on them. But when I looked at the image I'd bought on the cigarette packet I'd bought, what I saw terrified me. It was a picture of me, but I was dead and in a coffin, and with my wife and 2 daughters crying for me. I actually choked up a little bit, and I was staring at it for hours on end, and it was actually a picture of me dead in a coffin with my family crying around me. I took out all the cigarettes and threw away the packet, and I had never felt such terror in my life. It was at that moment I had become so scared of smoking for the first time in my life. When I went into a shop for another pack of cigarettes, I checked out all the images first on all of them, and was relieved to find none were of me or my family. When I got home late, though, and felt like smoking in the garden, I looked at the cigarette packet again. I was just disturbingly confused to find that the image now showed me, but sick with blood cancer, with my family looking so depressed. I swear this image wasn't on the cigarette packet when I had checked it out in the shop. There was writing on the cigarette packet as well, which read, "Stop smoking now, Larry." And after reading that, I threw away the whole cigarette packet. I checked up on my two daughters and watched them sleep, and I couldn't get the images of what I saw on that cigarette packet out from my head, from out of my head, because my family was so miserable, depressed, and with me dying it was gut-wrenching. I actually wanted to stop now, and believe me, I tried so many times. I went back to e-cigarettes and help groups, and I was giving my all this time. Although the temptation was everywhere, and even though cigarette packets weren't so colorful or eye-catching, any cigarette packet was literally glowing to me. Then as the temptation grew within me, and yes, I felt so ashamed of breaking my fast against smoking, I bought another cigarette packet. Because I had smoked for so long, my body was struggling to cope without cigarettes, and I couldn't even concentrate at work. I was extremely irritant and easily agitated. I needed some release, and I tried exercising, but that was useless. I needed a nice, warm smoke. I remember desperately buying a cigarette packet and feeling so much shame at the same time. It took a lot of strength to ignore it. As I smoked my first cigarette in weeks, I felt so calm and collected, and everything was so calmly silent. Life felt good in that moment, and I was so relieved to feel some smoke in my lungs. Then I started to hear crying, and I looked around to see where it was coming from, but I couldn't find anyone around me that was crying. Then the crying got louder, and it was people crying, but I couldn't find who on earth was crying in such a way that it was heart-wrenching. I then realized where the crying was coming from, and as I could feel the vibration in my hand, the hand that was carrying the cigarette packet, the image on the cigarette packet was actually moving. And not just moving, but actually alive. It was me again, but suffering from heart disease. My family were crying for me, devastated at my current predicament. And even the sickly image of me was moving and spoke out to me, saying, "Stop smoking." I tried so hard to stop, but failed miserably so many more times, and not even the care for my family could help me stop. I was addicted. Then I came to a point where I kind of accepted what could happen to me as long as it was just me and nobody else. I could die happy. Life, though, was so cruel because when I was back on smoking heavily again, I didn't care or flinch anymore at the deathly or sickly advert images of me on any cigarette packets I bought. Then one day, just when I thought nothing could surprise me, on one of the cigarette packets, the advertising image on them showed me something completely different. It showed me alive and healthy, although for my family they were now dying of some sickness and illness due to smoking, and they were breathing in my cigarette smoke. I felt so sick I threw away all of my cigarette packets, which showed my own family suffering now for my smoking. Then in that moment, as I was in the bathroom at work, my wife phoned me, and she was extremely worried and frantic for our eldest daughter. She was in the ambulance van with my eldest daughter and my second daughter. My eldest daughter, Ellen, started viciously coughing up blood. I drove like a maniac towards the hospital, and when I made it to the hospital, I found myself staring at my family in my eldest daughter's hospital bed. There was still one cigarette packet, though, left in my pocket. When I took it out, it had an image on the cigarette packet, and the image showed me something much, much closer to home. It showed me my eldest daughter, Ellen, in a hospital bed with my wife and second daughter around her. It also showed me looking at a cigarette packet. And that's the story, guys. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Also, let me know in the comments below or over Facebook message, which my profile should be linked in the description below. Let me know something I can do better, something I can improve upon, and also let me know if you have a story to submit. EP9 signing out.